Welcome back to another Pokemon Market Monday, home of the OG weekly market updates. Every Monday morning, we go through last week's sales of sealed Pokemon products and Pokemon cards that are currently going up in price. And we do also cover any big Pokemon news like cards just had to get revealed. And we do have to give a big thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is Showcase Cards. Do you guys remember being a little kid where you guys would carry around your favorite Pokemon card in your pocket at all times? Well, you can do that right now with the new Showcase Cards cell phone cases. They're having some massive sales this week for Black Friday, so definitely stay tuned. Yeah, they got cases for Apple, Samsung, and Google. They even have the new iPhone 17, and it's free worldwide shipping on orders of $70 or more. So definitely check them out. And like I said, they're going to have massive sales here at the end of the week. We're going to be doing another ad for them on Friday, and I'll let you guys know. And then, of course, if you guys are going to grade with PSA for your very first time, click my link in the description and use code BEARD25, and you'll get $25 off, which is basically a free graded card. And then, of course, the Binder Bound merch is still available for about another month or so. And we're going to hop to PokeBeach. Just know, whenever we get all of the products revealed on PokeBeach, so for this new Ascended Hero set, that usually means that all this stuff is going to pop up on the Pokemon Center, usually like the next available day. So if you guys are watching this right now, Monday morning, I would definitely be checking the Pokemon Center all day if you can. What I like to do is just set little alarms for like every hour or every half an hour, because I'm pretty confident it's going to be on Monday. But again, the last set did get backed up a little bit because somebody, bots and stuff, got all the products. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen or when it's going to come out. But if I had to guess, it's probably going to be today. But yeah, no joke, I literally have an alarm. I think I set it for every 45 minutes. So that way, I just remember to check, because I got a baby and stuff too. So it gets pretty crazy. And especially if you're at work, it is just so tough. And the last set that came out, we were able to get 2 Pokemon Center ETBs per order, which is pretty sweet. I hope they do that again. But yeah, if you guys did not know, this set is going to be crazy. We're going to have 33 illustration rares and 22 special illustration rares, so it should be a pretty wild set. All right, let's get into it. So we have a ton of steel products bouncing back right now. I keep seeing every thumbnail, markets crashing, markets crashing. Now, the cards, especially for Modern, a ton of them are going down in price for sure. A lot of them are slowing up, which is a good sign. But yeah, the products, there's so many that are bouncing back, like I said. So we have celebrations, as you can see right here, the regular ETB. So many boxes are doing this little bounce back. It did get down to about $200 for like a day, and now all last sold are back at $230. And no joke, that was it for celebrations. Everything is the exact same price as it was last week. Next, we have Evolving Skies. Same exact thing. Everything is the exact same price it was last week. The ETBs have completely leveled out. The booster boxes definitely going down a little bit, right around 2K. But Pokemon Center ETBs all around the same price. Next, we have Crown Zenith. Same thing. Everything is the exact same price. The ETBs have completely leveled out around $195 to $200. And the Pokemon Center ETB still market price $440. And same thing for $151. I think this is the new Sam's Club box that just came out. I don't know. I have not been keeping on top of these Samsung and Costco drops. I've just been so busy. But it's selling right now for $85. Comes with 4 tins. But the UPC is the same. We do have a little bounce back on the 151 ETB. If we go check that 1 month, as you can see, leveled out at 380. Then now all last sold 405, 382, 385, 375. But all before they were at 350, 360. So little bounce back there. And everything else is the same. Same with the Pokemon Center ETB. Next we have Prismatic Evolutions. Everything is the same except we have a tiny little bounce back on the SPC. Just a little bit. Got down to about 260. Now last sold 275, 271, 275. But yeah, if the market was truly crashing, a lot of these boxes would just still keep falling, but so many of them have leveled out and a ton of them are bouncing back. Next, Destin Rivals. Booster box is up a couple dollars. Like no joke, just like $1 or $2. Was at 376. Now last sold 389, 394, 383, 399, 367. 40 loose packs for $300, and we can get it shipped right now for $390, and that's pretty much the only thing going up for Destined. All right, let's get into it. We have the Paradox Rift Booster Box. This was $230. Now that's sold $235, $240, $229, and $239. Next, we have the Scarlet and Violet base set. Starting to bounce back a little bit. Got down about $220-ish. Now that's sold $235, $230, $208, $227, and $238. Next, Paldea Evolved. If we check that 1 month, it got down to $367. Graph has not updated yet because it's now back up to $400. Last sold $400, $396, $386. Next, Surging Sparks. As you can see, all these charts look the same. This little, hook here. Got down to about 220. Now last sold 237, 239, 235. Then we have Silver Tempest next. This was at $488. Now it got down to 438, and now last sold 455, 459, and 450. Next, Brilliant Stars. This was at 550, got down to 415. Now last sold 475, 460, 480, and 455 with the picture. All right, we're getting to some Elite Trainer boxes. We have the Fusion Strike ETB was at 234, got down to 207. Now last sold 230, 240, 222, 235. Next, Paldea Evolved ETB still climbing up. Last week it was at like 135, 140. Now last sold 160, 175, 170, 194, 185. That's what I'm saying too. I have a feeling this market is going to be extremely hard to like actually crash because so many people know what to do now to make boxes and cards just go up in price and manipulate the market a little bit, to where I have a feeling, once a lot of stuff comes down in price, especially the cards, we're going to start seeing so many random cards just go crazy again. They're just waiting for it to get as cheap as possible so they can get a lot more cards, which I also have a feeling they're going to do with the new Mega Charizard SIR because, it's easier to pull. There's going to be a ton of them on the market. If they do get pretty cheap, a few people could just buy them all out and just make the prices double overnight, which is basically what started our entire boom with Greninja and Twilight Masquerade. It's funny, everybody, when they always talk about the boom, they always talk about, Surging Sparks and Prismatic Evolutions. The actual boom started with Greninja and Twilight Masquerade. That was a $85 to about $110 card on release. It was like that for a few weeks. No one really cared. And then all of a sudden, all of them were gone on TCG Player in one day, and it was doubled in price. And then that happened again and again, and then it was, a $200 and something card, and we finally had our first chase card for the Scarlet and Violet era. And then we got Pokemon Pocket, which brought a ton of people in, and then they started giving us sets like Surging Sparks and Prismatic, where they gave us popular Pokemon as the SIRs, which is something they were not doing in the first half of the Scarlet and Violet era. So I do have a feeling we will be seeing that stuff again. Next, we have Paldea and Fates. Same thing, was at 281, got down to about 225. Now last sold 244, 250, and a couple sales at 215. Next, the Surging Sparks ETB. This got down to about $65, and now last sold 72, 67, 57, 71. Bunch at 72. Next, the Stellar Crown regular ETB. We did just have a random restock for the Stellar Crown Pokemon Center ETBs the other day. It went super fast. I didn't even get it, but this regular ETB was at 85. Now last sold 110, 98. And before that, all the other sales are about 80. Couple sales here at 90 and 98. Next, we have the Silver Tempest Pokemon Center ETB. Still doing great. Last sold 301, 280. 265, 310. Next, we have the regular Paradox Rift ETB. This thing has just been slowly climbing. Now last sold 110, 110, 107, and 112. And this was an $80 ETB a couple months ago. Next, we have the Blastoise VMAX Battle Box. These do not sell very often, but I think they're really cool. Even the promo is like a $30 card for this Blastoise. $72, now last sold 90, 105, 125, 118, 111. Next, we have the Venusaur version. This is the Venusaur VMAX Battle Box. I wish they had a Charizard one also, but this was $70. Now last sold 97, 90, 110, 95. Of course, Blastoise is worth more than Venusaur. Next, we have the new Prismatic Evolutions Lucario and Tyranitar EX Premium Collection. Now we got a little bounce back, and I have a feeling this thing's going to bounce back a decent amount. You got to think, there is 14 Prismatic Evolutions booster packs in this box right now. And all last sold 114, 105, 110. So I have a feeling a lot of box breakers and stuff are going to be buying these up so they get packs for their box breaks. But yeah, little bounce back right there. Next, we have the Greninja UPC. Still doing really good. Was like 220 a couple months ago. Now last sold 350, 325, and 278. Next, we have the Arceus V-Star UPC. This was 217 3 months ago. Now last sold 260, 265. We also have to do the question of the day. So for today's question, we're going to be putting two cards up against each other. We have the Greninja EX from Twilight Masquerade, and we have the Surging Sparks Pikachu. So let me know down below what you guys think. And since December is coming, and I've been thinking about doing something for you guys, so I'm thinking for all of December, we're going to be doing a giveaway in every single video. Just a couple cool cards, but that'll be 20 giveaways for the entire month of December because I do at least 20 videos a month unless I do a vending video. So yeah, 20 giveaways every single video. Every giveaway will be 1 week, and I'll announce it the next week after. And I even hit up Collectr. We might be doing a little collab on that. I'm not sure yet, which would mean the giveaways would be even crazier. Someone gave me a Phantasmal Flames booster box to give away for this month, so that's going to be super cool. So definitely check out all my videos. We're going to be doing crazy giveaways all month. Next, we are just keeping our eye on the new Mega Charizards, but one of these cards is actually going up in price right now. We have the Gold Mega Charizard EX Raw, was at $895, and we're finally starting to see it level out a little bit, right around $500. All last sold $488, $485, $475, $495, but the PSA 10 is going up in price. So our last sales for PSA 10 is $5,500, $5,000. Before that, it was $4K, $45, $4,000. Now, I've seen the pull rates. The gold card is actually pretty tough to pull, even though the set is small, you know, especially compared to the special illustration rares. So I have a feeling that's why the PSA 10 price went up. But yeah, last couple sales now, 5K and 5,500. And then we have the Charizard SIR. Still going down in price a little bit, but I think it is slowing down. Last sold $639, $650, $645, $479 for Chinese. We got one with a picture at $590. Bunch of them here right at $600. And for the PSA 10, we do have a sale at $3K now and $3,100. A couple more at $3K. We did have sales a little more than that. We have one at $3,800, $3,350, $3,300, $32. So the PSA 10 is coming down a little bit, but right around $3K for that. Next, we have the Oricorio EX promo, already bouncing back. I was just talking about this card at $20, so I felt like it was decent, you know, at that price, but I was hoping it was going to come down to like $15, $10, but it's already bouncing back a little bit. Last sold now, $26, $26, $25. But no joke, literally 2 days ago it was a $20 card. Next, we have another promo. This is the new Charcadet Phantasmal Flames Pokemon Center ETB promo. All last sales are right at $50. So not too bad, especially comparing to the other Pokemon Center ETB promos. That's definitely on the cheaper end. Next, we have the new Team Rocket's Moltres EX Destined Rivals promo. And it's selling for more than the actual card you have to pull, which is just crazy. All last sales, we only got two on here. It just came out, $145 and $148. Well, I think this box comes out on Black Friday, but I know a lot of people have this box. So the prices will come down. It's just crazy to see this card literally, you know, $10, $15 more than the actual card you got to pull from a set that's very expensive to even open. But we can get it shipped right now for $130. And that box does come with 3 promos. So here's the full art. And last sold for this one right around $20. And here's the basic EX. You can tell because it has the Destined Rival stamp on there. Last sold for the basic EX Moltres is $8. Now for the cards that are going up in price, there's barely any at all. We have the Fido illustration rare. It was like a $10 card. Now last sold $13, $13, $18, $12. So barely anything at all. Next, we got the Rayquaza V still doing work when all the other Vs are dropping. Last sold for Rayquaza V, $350, $365, $351, and $350. We do have one with a picture at $300. And the Rayquaza VMAX also doing pretty good still. Last sold for this, $690, $760. We do have one low sale here at $599. Otherwise, the rest are all close to $700 or a little bit over. Next, we have the Gengar and Mimikyu GX Tag Team. So a ton of cards from the Sun and Moon era are still doing really, really good. Last sold for this card, $1,300, $1,200, $1,200, $1,200. And same thing with the Magikarp and Wailord. So many tag teams. Last sold for this one, $1,200, $1,250, $1,200. Next, we have the Raichu and Alolan Raichu, and I have a feeling this card is going to go crazy even more now that we're getting new Mega Raichus and stuff. But last sold for this card, $325, $290, and another one at $325. And even some of the Rainbow tag teams are going up in price. We got the Gengar and Mimikyu. Last sold for this one, $350, $349, $339. And we're going to jump to some Japanese cards. So here's the Charizard SAR from $151. Was at $185. Now last sold $260, $250, $240. And the Blastoise going up in price, still doing pretty good, was $60. Now last sold $85, $90, $88. And here's the Venusaur. This was at $65. Now last sold $85, $85. And we even have the Pikachu from Super Electric Baker bouncing back. This was at about $180. Now last sold $230, $185, $229, $213. A bunch of sales here at $195. And last on the list, we have the Unagaba Umbreon promo, bouncing back a little bit into PSA 10. We did have a couple sales here at about $200. Now last sold $285, $222, $225, $260. And even like the raw, if you just go click TCG player, is just slowly going up again. So not a ton, but it was like, 120, and then it's just going up about 150 right now. And a couple of the other Unagaba cards are also going up in price, and the other half are actually going down. So I don't know if the other half that are going down are eventually going to come back up, but these are the only cards that I could find that are actually going up in price. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day, and if you guys want to watch my last video where we did a giveaway and I actually show what I picked up last month, and we go through an entirely new list of cards and products that I'm trying to invest into this month, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.